why have an employee handbook? It is a little surprising to me how few businesses operate with an employee handbook. And I don't think it's because they don't know what they're doing. I think that they don't know why an employee handbook is so important for them and how many problems they're dealing with on a daily basis that something as simple as an employee handbook would solve. So our employee handbook, it probably took 8 months for us to draft from the start of the business until when it actually came out. And the reason that this took so long was not because it's a hard thing to put together. It was more so that we deprioritized, just like you probably have. Oh, we'll get to it later. Oh, we'll get to it later. And client work came up and client work came up. But then when I started to look at how I was spending my time dealing with employee challenges, dealing with just one-off conversations as we were growing and scaling, what I realized is the reason that so many things were not clear to people was because there was not one centralized place where they could find all of the information that they needed in order to be successful in our environment. And so as this employee handbook draft, and this is going to be a recommendation, but as this draft was in my draft folder and our incredible, amazing controller, we tag team this, it created a place. Think of it like this. It created a place for essentially a frequently asked questions document to be the answer side of the question. So imagine this. You get a team member saying, oh, what time does our business open? Oh, well, it opens at 8:30 and office hours end at 5:30. Okay, great. That's the first question. The second question might be, well, if I live in Florida and it says 8:30 are office hours, is that 8:30 Pacific time or is that 8:30 Eastern time? Oh, guess what? I can go right back into the employee handbook and update, oh, this is Pacific time, or this is Eastern time, or this is per whatever time the team member happens to be in. It creates this bucket. I love these buckets. It creates this bucket for any question or anything that's going wrong to be able to put it so you can handle that question one off in the moment, but all of these different random permutations of questions as your business grows and team members duplicate and there's tribal knowledge that isn't passed down fully, the handbook is the place where you put all of that, and think of it as your greatest tool, that you want these questions for people to ask, because if somebody has a question, it's likely that most people had the same question, they just didn't ask it. And then you're able to just constantly update this and use this as a real place for people to go to look for anything that's new, but then also primarily bring on brand new team members so that they have the full alignment and everybody is clear on what the actual policies, procedures, rules, etc. are.